Hey, it's BT with the BT Austria Part 2 GP review. Matter of fact, let's just call it the weird one. Let's just call the Austria GP the weird one, because stuff happened at that GP you don't see any other place. I wouldn't be surprised next year if they saw Bigfoot getting a podium next year. And Jonathan Ray's like, damn. I couldn't get a ride and you gave the missing link a ride. Damn. Anyway, let's get right to it. In Moto 3, what I tell you about Moto 3, it was basically Sergio Garcia and Pedro Acosta Part 2, and Garcia came out on top. Granted, 41-point lead for Acosta, and he's still the man. But watch Sergio Garcia, that kid, he came back like, yeah, I'm back. What you gonna do? He and Acosta are gonna be the battle for the next at least 10 years, hopefully. I'm telling you, this is the future of GP. You got to watch Moto 3. Anyway, great drive by Sergio Garcia for the win. For rider of the race, I got to give it to Denny Hachu. Because he had the Turkish mob with him, with Kenan Savagalu and Toprak Rizigilatu. I can't say his name, that's why I mumbled it. Anyway, listen. Denny Hachu has had bad luck. His team screwed him last week. The kid tries hard. He just happens to screw up. So he was rider of the race, in my opinion. He kept it together. He kept it on rubber side up. So he rider of the race. For heartbreak goes to Sasaki, man. Sasaki got taken out by Bender. It was a racing incident. But I'm telling you, if you're racing and you see Bender, Chu, and Koba, that's the three stooges of destruction right there. Mo, Larry, and Curly will put you in the sand trap. Matter of fact, if you see them on the pit board, like, oh shit, I might as well just crash myself. I mean, you save yourself a lot of time and effort, because those guys know no mercy like no other. Anyway, rider of the race, Denny Hachu, and Sasaki for heartbreak. For Moto 2 rider of the race goes to, I forgot, well, Agura, because Agura got screwed last week by his own doing, but he got screwed last week. He kept it up, and he kept Raul Fernandez honest. So I got to give it to Agura, man. Great. That kid, you know what, in 2 years, and I don't know if this is, I hate to say racist, everybody throws that around, but it is kind of weird how Simon Crafar, who I love, and he didn't mean it that way, but he goes, Agura, he goes, when he asked Agura's the crew chief, what's his name? I forget his name. He goes, so you think if with the way Agura is going that he's going to put Nakagami out of a job in about 2 years? And I thought, really? There's only room for one Asian in MotoGP? But anyway, I just thought that was kind of weird, funny. But anyway, so for Moto 2, rider of the race goes to Agura. Heartbreak goes to Celestino Vietti. He got, he went into the, what do you call it? The exceeding track limits. He had to be demoted a place. He and Samtrack had a great battle. So Vietti, heartbreak, man. Moto 2 is murderer's row. Good for that guy. And let's get to MotoGP. MotoGP, rider of the race goes to Marc Marquez. Don't say nothing. Don't disrespect me. Don't you disrespect me. Listen to me. Listen to me. You're disrespecting me. Don't disrespect me. What Marc Marquez did was brilliant, because he had nothing to lose, so he went to the softs. He's the only one on the softs. He thought the rain's going to come. I got to just jet out of here, okay? He was on the second row, not a bad place to start from. Any place on the grid is not a bad place for Marquez. Marquez will bulldoze you in a minute. Anyway, so the second row is not bad for Marquez. He had a great start, and he went on the softs. And for him, he wasn't even supposed to be there. He's like Dante from Clerks. I wasn't even supposed to be here. And he made himself relevant for that entire race. And don't get it twisted. That was Marquez's race to lose, because you saw what he did. Even though Pecco Bagnaia said, I let Marquez through to see what he had and what he was doing. That was Marquez's race to lose. Say what you want to say, whatever, we don't know because of what happened. And that race was weird. Like I said, let's just call it the weird GP from here on out. But what Marquez did on the softs, and he hung with those guys. That's supposed to be Ducati's track. Ducati's supposed to run that track. And Marquez and Fabio, by the way, they kept Ducati honest, because, no offense, I love him, but Zarco shit the bed, right? And Miller, I love Miller, but where was Miller? So the big bad Ducati, where were they at? But they did have Jorge Martin. Is whoa, that kid is hot like pastrami. Jorge Martin and Pecco Bagnaia. Pecco is on some now you see me, now you don't stuff, because one race he's great, one weekend is great, next minute like, hey man, anybody see Pecco? Anybody see Pecco? You're putting up posters on. You're putting up his picture on the back of milk cartons. Like, if you've seen this racer, tell us. We want to put him on a podium because you don't know where he is from race to race. You don't know Pecco. Pecco's in second place right now. But you don't know what Pecco's going to show up to the racetrack from week in and week out. If he gets consistency, and let me tell you something, I don't give Fabio enough credit. Fabio is racing out of his mind this year. What he's doing is incredible. Even though he still gets upset, props to Fabio. Seriously, good. But it's going to be Fabio's to lose. I can't see him losing the championship, but you never know. But Marquez, I thought he was a rider of the race for what he did. The heartbreaking GP. Who had a heartbreaking GP? Heartbreaking GP goes to it goes to Zarco. You can't do that, Zarco. You were runner up. You can't do that. So it had Zarco. And now we get to the Vignala situation. The Vignala situation. People talking about he shouldn't be in GP anymore. Let me tell you, I got two words for you. Romano Fenati. Fenati tried to kill somebody, and now he's still racing. And people act like, hey, Romano. And I'm like, you remember he tried to kill somebody? Which gives me more respect to little Adrian Fernandez. Quote, Adrian Fernandez, knowing what Fenati did, and he challenged him to a fight. And all Fenati had to do goes, do you know what I do to people? I will sneak in this garage. I will bleed your brakes, and that'll be the last time you go into turn 2, motherfucker. Anyway. So I give props to Vinales for saying he was sorry, but still, man, come on, you can't do that. I love Maverick more than, like I always say this, more than any heterosexual man should love another heterosexual man. But at the same time, you did wrong and you got to pay for it. And personally, I just don't think you can repair that. You can't come back. It's like if your girlfriend goes, I'm sorry, you flushed my goldfish down the toilet and he was still alive. He's a fish. I mean, he's going to make it out to the ocean. We're landlocked. Okay, he's going to make it out to the pond. We're landlocked. The river? It doesn't matter. I'm sorry, and I'll love you. All right. But that's what it's like. You can't say you're sorry after those engines cost a lot of money. And you could, like you said, it could have exploded the engine and oil on the track. So that was reckless by Vinales. So I personally think they should suspend it for the rest of the year. That's just me. Let him get his head right. Talk to Fabio. Fabio went to a sports psychologist. Get him right. Come back next year. Let's see. And also Moto 2. I forgot to say, Moto 2 is getting better because Raul Fernandez delivered when he was supposed to deliver. And let me tell you something about the Fernandez brothers. They're kind of gangster because Raul, and he speaks decent English, but he goes, that was for the haters who said, anytime you say haters, even though he's young, 18, every time you say haters, you got a little thug, a little gangster in you. And his brother, the fact that his brother fought Romano Fenati, which I imagine he's trying to fight him, and Fenati was doing like this, and his brother was swinging like this, and he's holding him back like this, like, get away from me, kid, and he's doing this. But either way, you got to give Fernandez credit. Fernando's kind of gangster, and he's only 19 points away from Remy Gardner. Let me tell you something, coming into Silverstone, which is one of my favorite tracks, it's going to be on and popping at Silverstone. So it's going to be great to watch. What else I want to talk about? Yeah, that's pretty much it. With a lot of soap operas playing out in GP, but you know what? Props to Austria for giving Valentino Rossi the send-off he deserved with the flag of his face. I mean, that was beautiful, man. I'm telling you, if Rossi would have got a podium, I'm not gonna lie, I would have been inconsolable. I really would have been. And when I saw that he was in third place at one time, even Rossi said he shit himself. He said it in Italian, but still, I don't know how that is. Hey, I almost said to myself, I'm on the poo-poo, myself, poo-poo. Anyway, I don't know how that goes, but Rossi almost got a podium. And no offense to Brad Binder, I'm glad Brad Binder won. He deserved it. But let's be honest, it was Marquez's to lose. And Bender, like Mark said, he goes, I think Bender missed that the exit and was like, hey, fuck it, man. I got 3 laps to go. And that's what happened. I mean, Red Bull, he won on a Red Bull bike at the Red Bull circuit. So good for him. And yeah, it does take balls. He had no brakes. What? He had no brakes. And it was like riding on ice. And it was like, whoa, whoa. Like you ever walk in from like the snow and you're on a linoleum surface and you got to turn and you're like, whoa, whoa. That's what that was like the whole race. Props to Brad Binder. I wanted Valentino Rossi to get that 200 podium. I really did, but it just wasn't in the cards. I got it. I hope he gets a podium this year. If he does, I swear to God, I will cry like I did when Marquez won in Germany. Now, that's pretty much it for this GP. Thanks for watching. Like always, guys, I appreciate the comments. I really do. It's going to get better. Marquez is making this, seriously, he's getting healthier. And I think the bike's coming around and he's making GP. He and Fabio, I don't give Fabio enough credit. He and Fabio, I predict when they go to Silverstone, I think I think it's going to be a party. I think it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. So anyway, that's old school. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until Silverstone, you know the word. Bye.